Halle Bailey wants full custody of Halo. No 50-50 clock-ins, no compromises, just solo dolo. Let's talk. Relationships are hard enough when there's no audience. But when millions are watching, it becomes a whole other level of pressure. Let's talk about what happens when love goes public. When your highs and your lows, even your most private moments, become headlines. Yeah, let's be real. Relationships are complex, whether it's navigating communication, trust, expectations, or life changes. It's a lot. Now imagine layering fame, constant scrutiny, public opinions, fans pulling at the seams, media headlines. Suddenly your personal life isn't private anymore. Take Halle Bailey, the extraordinary talent who starred as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and DDG, a rapper, YouTuber, and streamer. They went public with their relationship in early 2002, and their story soon unfolded in front of the world. They welcomed their son Halo in December 2023, a beautiful milestone, definitely a joyful moment. But by October 2024, DDG stepped forward via Instagram story to announce their split, calling it difficult but necessary choice. He said something like, "We'll always be best friends and co-parents." Not long after that, things escalated very, very fast, legally too. Halle filed for a restraining order, and then in May 2025, she was granted temporary sole physical and legal custody of their son Halo, along with the restraining order keeping DDG away, effective until a hearing in early June. At the same time, DDG filed his own motions, including an emergency request to stop Halle from leaving the country with their son to shoot that movie in Italy, citing emotional risks. That motion was denied. Through all this, fans have been extremely vocal online, like Twitter and Instagram, and they have been full of emotion. Some reactions after the split were like, DDG and Halle broke up, so now we gotta deal with the week of Black relationship topics. Some stated, Halle, you are an angel, our princess. No one would ever make us hate you. Others were skeptical, like, nah, I don't believe it. He's trolling. I don't trust him. Were fan sentiments. On Reddit, conversation is tense. One user said, she's deactivated her whole Twitter. I really feel bad for her going through postpartum and having to deal with all this. Another said, I feel so bad for their son. People take advantage of kids when parents bring them into public view. Here's where it gets particularly tough. DDG has built a career sharing, streaming, engaging directly with fans, sometimes in raw moments. While Halle, on the other hand, values privacy, especially when it comes to her child. That's a fundamental difference. When DDG streamed about his inability to see his son or use free Halo, it stirred fans and upset Halle deeply. It felt like airing private pain to an audience. DDG later said he didn't like people attacking Halle. He tried to handle things with grace, but soon realized he dislikes when people try to paint him as the bad guy, as the villain. And Halle, well, looking like an angel, looking innocent, having a perfect image. A lot of celebs keep their personal life under wraps for a good reason. You can't blame them. They need emotional safety, mental health space, and boundaries for their families. Once everything public and marital rough patch becomes trending media, any disagreement turns into a narrative that goes crazy, that's beyond their control. For couples like Halle and DDG, different comfort levels with public exposure can create tension, especially when one feels like their personal life is being consumed rather than respected. Take DDG. He said that fans parasocial his life.
Y'all are becoming more parasocial than anybody else, but it's getting to that point. Y'all getting to that point, bro. Y'all starting to get real parasocial.
And for Halle, who's more reserved, that intrusion can feel suffocating, not just for her, but for their child too. In a sense, they're fighting different battles. From the moment DDG and Halle went public back in early of 2022, fans couldn't help but notice how different they were. DDG, a YouTuber, rapper, known for his live stream antics, and Halle Bailey, a Disney actress with a rising star in Hollywood. The contrast immediately raised eyebrows. A commenter said, saw it coming, and another one said, honestly, when I saw Halle Bailey and DDG on a double date with Kershaw Rock and Blueface, I knew their relationship wasn't going anywhere. So it's fair to say there was a strong sense from the start that this pairing, publicly at least, might face serious challenges. Being young and in the public eye while in a relationship is notoriously tough. It's hard to separate the real relationship from the performance, the private from the public, and the pressure magnifies everything. Throughout this whole Halle and DDG relationship drama, it goes to show you that young public relationships is really tough. It underlines just how easy it is for what's private to become public, and how the line between fan curiosity and how even smart, talented young people can find themselves overwhelmed by expectation, scrutiny, and toxicity. Believe it or not, a lot of fans feel like the glow Halle Bailey once had got dimmed, and honestly, it's been a hot topic online. Before all of this relationship mess, Halle was on top of the world. She just become the Ariel in Disney The Little Mermaid, a dream role that little girls everywhere looked up to. She was being praised for her voice, her acting, and for breaking barriers in Hollywood. She was shining in her own light. But now scroll on social media, and every time Halle's name comes up, it's tied to some drama, whether it's her relationship with DDG, the custody situation, or just messy headlines. Fans feel like instead of focusing on her talent and her career, all the attention is going to her personal life. And here where it gets tricky. Fans love to downplay DDG, like he just popped up in Halle's life out of nowhere and somehow dragged her down. But let's not forget, DDG was already doing his thing way before Halle. He's a successful YouTuber, rapper, and entrepreneur. He built his own name and his own fan base. And get this, Halle was actually a fan of DDG before they even started dating. She admitted this in interviews that she used to watch his YouTube videos and thought he was funny. So in a way, she already respected who he was before their relationship even started. So while fans might feel like Halle's light has dimmed by all of this public drama, the truth is she's still the same Disney princess, the same talented singer. And DDG, he isn't just a random guy either. He was already someone before he met Halle. At the end of it all, it just shows how tough it can be to balance fame, love, and public opinion. Do you think Halle glow has really dimmed, or is this just people being too caught up in the drama and all of this nonsense that's going on instead of focusing on her career? Fans who are fans of Halle have mixed feelings, and fans who are fans of DDG have mixed feelings, and they have fans that are actually both fans of them together as a couple. It just gets tricky these days because of course they're not together and they're kind of like beefing. In a way, there's always some new headlines about their co-parenting being difficult to do and other things. It's just so sad to look at it overall, how they were once in love, they were once happy, to now for everything being played out for the world to see. So now where does this leave us and them? Can two people who are deeply in love withstand the pressure of fame? And is there room for compromise? Or does fame make personal peace nearly impossible? Only a very popular person will know the answer to this. Although being the limelight has its perks, it also has its cons. And relationships are the number one thing that always gets affected the most in a negative way when it comes to being famous. Relationships are tricky, but when fame and fans get involved, the path moves from hard to treacherous. A relationship can start off sweet and become sour very, very quickly. And the worst thing about it, if all eyes and people are chiming in and giving their opinions. Let me know down in the comments of what you think. Thanks for watching.